Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the pleasure of taking you on a journey through the captivating history of the Grand Place in Brussels, Belgium. This square is not only one of Europe's most enchanting locations, but also a place steeped in rich history that spans centuries. Our story begins in the 12th century when the Grand Place was nothing more than a simple marketplace. People would gather here to exchange goods and produce. Imagine an open space bustling with merchants and traders. Fast forward to the 14th century, and we see the emergence of something extraordinary. Skilled craftsmen and trade guilds started constructing what we now know as the iconic guildhouses. These guilds were like clubs for people with similar professions, and their buildings featured stunning facades that showcased their pride and skills. But history has its share of tragedies. In 1695, disaster struck when the French army, led by King Louis XIV, attacked Brussels and set the Grand Place ablaze. This devastating fire destroyed almost everything, leaving the square in ruins. It was a dark period for the city. However, the people of Brussels refused to be defeated. After the fire, they made a courageous decision to rebuild the Grand Place. They enlisted the talents of skilled architects and craftsmen, resulting in the magnificent buildings we see today. These new structures were even more grand and exquisite than their predecessors. As we move into the 18th and 19th centuries, Brussels experienced significant changes. It was briefly under French rule and later gained independence. Through it all, the Grand Place retained its charm and became an enduring symbol of the city, reflecting the resilience of its people. In modern times, the Grand Place has transformed into a world-famous tourist attraction. People from all corners of the globe flock here to marvel at its breathtaking architecture. Special events, like the renowned Flower Carpet Festival, continue to make it a vibrant and celebrated place. In closing, the Grand Place in Brussels stands as a testament to human determination and creativity. It began as a humble market square, endured a devastating fire, and emerged from the ashes more magnificent than ever. Today, it remains a symbol of the city's history and a testament to the enduring spirit of the people of Brussels. The origins of the Grand Place can be traced back to the late 17th century when the city of Brussels was a thriving trade center and the capital of the Spanish Netherlands. The square's history can be divided into several key periods. Medieval origins. The site of the Grand Place has been a central market square since the 12th century. At that time, it was a bustling marketplace where merchants from all over Europe gathered to trade goods. The square's strategic location made it a hub for commercial activities. Destruction and reconstruction. In 1695, during the War of the Spanish Succession, the Grand Place was devastated by a French artillery bombardment. Much of the square's medieval architecture was reduced to rubble. After the war, the city's leaders embarked on an ambitious project to rebuild the square in the Baroque style, which was popular at the time. Baroque Revival. The reconstruction of the Grand Place was carried out by various architects and craftsmen, and their work resulted in the elegant Baroque buildings that we see today. These buildings were constructed with ornate facades adorned with sculptures and intricate details. The Town Hall, Hôtel de Ville, is one of the most prominent structures on the square, and it showcases the Baroque style beautifully. UNESCO World Heritage Site. In 1998, the Grand Place was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site due to its historical and architectural significance. It continues to be a symbol of Brussels and an iconic destination for tourists from around the world. Today, the Grand Place serves as the focal point for numerous events and celebrations in Brussels, including the famous biennial flower carpet display. It also hosts a Christmas market and is surrounded by cafes, restaurants, and shops, making it a vibrant and lively place throughout the year. The Grand Place stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of the people of Brussels to preserve and rebuild their historic square, creating a lasting legacy for future generations to admire. The Guildhouses, French, Maisons de Corporations, Dutch, Gildenhuizen, on the Grand Place, Grote Market, in Brussels, Belgium, are a group of historic buildings that line the square and add to its architectural splendor. These guildhouses are a notable part of the Grand Place's charm and have their own individual histories. Here are some of the key guildhouses on the Grand Place. The King's House, Maison du Roi or Broedhuis in Dutch. This building is one of the most prominent on the Grand Place. Originally constructed in the early 15th century, it was the location of the bread and grain weigh house. Architectural splendor. The Grand Place is renowned for its architectural beauty. The meticulously restored Baroque guildhouses, the elegant town hall, and the intricate detailing on the facades continue to inspire awe among visitors and serve as a symbol of Belgium's architectural heritage. Cultural events. The Grand Place plays host to various cultural events throughout the year. One of the most famous events is the biennial flower carpet, where the square is adorned with intricate floral designs, attracting visitors from all over. Additionally, there are concerts, festivals, and exhibitions that take place on the square, contributing to its cultural vibrancy. Seasonal celebrations. The Grand Place comes alive during the holiday season with a magnificent Christmas market and a giant Christmas tree that becomes the centerpiece of the square. This festive atmosphere draws locals and tourists alike. New Year's Eve. The Grand Place is a popular gathering spot for locals and visitors to ring in the new year. The square is beautifully illuminated, and a lively celebration takes place, complete with fireworks at midnight. Cultural heritage preservation. The city of Brussels takes great pride in preserving the historical and cultural heritage of the Grand Place. Restoration and maintenance efforts are ongoing to ensure the square's continued splendor. Economic and social hub. The Grand Place is not just a cultural attraction but also a dynamic economic and social hub. It is surrounded by cafes, restaurants, and shops, making it a popular destination for dining and shopping. The square also hosts events that bring together people from various backgrounds. Symbol of unity. The Grand Place is a symbol of unity and pride for the people of Brussels and Belgium. It is a place where people come together to celebrate their heritage and shared identity. In summary, the Grand Place in Brussels remains a cultural treasure and a living testament to the city's history and architectural legacy. It continues to be a focal point for cultural events, celebrations, and daily life, making it a cherished and significant site for both locals and visitors in modern times. The current building is a reconstruction in a neo-Gothic style, as the original was destroyed during the French bombardment of 1695. Today, the King's House houses the Museum of the City of Brussels, which displays various artifacts related to the city's history. The guildhouses. Surrounding the square, you'll find a series of beautifully decorated guildhouses, each representing a different craft or trade guild from the 17th century. These guildhouses feature a blend of architectural styles, including Gothic, Baroque, and Classicism. Some of the most notable guildhouses include the Brewer's House, La Maison de Brasseurs or Het Brouwershuis. This guildhouse is adorned with beer-related symbols and statues, reflecting the importance of brewing in Belgian culture. The House of the Dukes of Brabant, La Maison de Dux de Brabant or Het Huis van de Hertogen van Brabant. This guildhouse is characterized by its impressive facade and sculptures depicting various Dukes of Brabant. The Archers Guildhouse, La Maison d'Arbalètriers or Het Kruisboogschuttershuis. As the name suggests, this guildhouse represents the Archers Guild, and it features a distinctive crow-stepped gable. The Tailors Guildhouse, La Maison de Tailles or Het Kleermakershuis. This guildhouse stands out for its elegant, ornate facade and decorative statues. The House of the Swan, La Maison de l'Arbre d'Or or Het Huis van de Gouden Boom. This guildhouse is adorned with a golden swan on its facade and is known for its beautiful, intricate details. These guildhouses were used for meetings and gatherings by their respective guilds during the city's prosperous trading days. Each guildhouse reflects the pride and craftsmanship of its associated trade. Today, they contribute to the overall grandeur of the Grand Place and are a significant part of its UNESCO World Heritage status. Visitors to Brussels can admire these historic buildings and the rich history they represent while exploring the Grand Place. The rebuilding and reconstruction of the Grand Place, Grote Markt, in Brussels, Belgium, was a remarkable effort undertaken after the square was severely damaged during the War of the Spanish Succession. Here is an overview of the process of rebuilding and reconstruction. Destruction in 1695. In 1695, during the War of the Spanish Succession, French troops, under the command of Marshal François de Neufville, Duke of Villeroy, bombarded Brussels. The Grand Place, being a significant and strategic location, was heavily targeted. Much of the square's medieval architecture, including the original guildhouses, was reduced to rubble. The town hall, Hôtel de Ville, was also severely damaged but not completely destroyed. The decision to rebuild. After the war, the city of Brussels faced a critical decision regarding the reconstruction of the Grand Place. The city's leaders, recognizing the square's historical and cultural importance, decided to rebuild it rather than opting for a different location or layout. Reconstruction in the Baroque style. The rebuilding of the Grand Place took place in the late 17th century and early 18th century. The reconstruction was carried out by various architects, including Jean Causin and Jean-Baptiste Jacques. They designed the new buildings in the prevailing architectural style of the time, which was Baroque. Ornate facades and decorations. The reconstructed buildings featured ornate facades adorned with sculptures, intricate stonework, and decorative elements. These facades showcased the craftsmanship and artistry of the architects and artisans involved in the project. The town hall, which had been damaged but not completely destroyed, was also extensively renovated and restored during this period. The town hall is one of the most prominent structures on the Grand Place, and its reconstruction played a pivotal role in restoring the square's grandeur. Continued maintenance and preservation. Over the centuries, efforts have been made to preserve and maintain the Grand Place and its historic buildings. These efforts have included restoration work to ensure that the square retains its architectural and cultural significance. Today, the Grand Place stands as a testament to the determination of the people of Brussels to rebuild and restore their iconic square after the devastating bombardment of 1695. The reconstructed Baroque buildings and the overall architectural harmony of the square have earned it recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. and a must-visit destination for tourists interested in history, culture, and architecture. The Grand Place remains a symbol of resilience and pride for the city of Brussels and Belgium as a The Grand Place, Grote Market, in Brussels continues to be a vibrant and culturally significant site in modern times. Its historical and architectural value, along with its role as a central gathering place, make it a key element of Brussels' cultural landscape. Here's a look at the cultural significance of the Grand Place in contemporary times. Tourist attraction. The Grand Place is one of the most visited tourist attractions in Belgium and Europe as a whole. Every year, millions of tourists from around the world come to admire its stunning architecture, rich history, and cultural ambience. Its inclusion on UNESCO's World Heritage List further underscores its global importance.